Summary of the Four Agreements. A Practical Guide to Personal Freedom by Don Miguel Ruiz. Introduction. There is a fundamental problem in our lives that creates needless suffering. From the moment we are born, we are taught to live by a set of rules that we did not choose. We are afraid to be alive, afraid to be rejected, and afraid to express who we really are. We learn to live our lives trying to satisfy other people's demands, and we become a copy of society's beliefs, our parents' beliefs, and our religion's beliefs. This process, which Don Miguel Ruiz calls domestication, forces us to agree to a dream of hell where we are never good enough. Based on the ancient Toltec wisdom of southern Mexico, Ruiz's central thesis is that these self-limiting beliefs are based on lies, and we have the power to break them. He argues that we can flip the script on our own suffering by replacing the thousands of fear-based agreements that rule our lives. His thesis is that we must make 4 new, powerful agreements with ourselves, and that these agreements, when practiced, will rapidly transform our lives to a new experience of freedom, true happiness, and love. This book is the map to that personal freedom, and we will explore his findings through the course of this summary. Chapter 1. Domestication and the Dream of the Planet. Before we can understand the 4 agreements, we must first understand the problem they are meant to solve. Ruiz begins by introducing the concept of the dream of the planet. This is the collective dream of humanity. It is the massive, external set of rules, laws, beliefs, and social norms that we are born into. This dream is not our own. It was here before us. From the day we are born, the outside dream begins to hook our attention, and we are taught how to live. This process is called domestication. Ruiz makes a powerful analogy. Just as we domesticate a dog with a system of punishment and reward, we are domesticated by our parents, our schools, and our religion. As children, we are not taught to be ourselves. We are taught to be acceptable. When we follow the rules, we get a reward. You're a good boy, or you're a good girl. When we break the rules, we get a punishment. We are shamed, blamed, or rejected. This fear of punishment and this craving for the reward of acceptance is so strong that we eventually pretend to be someone we are not, just to please others. This domestication is so effective that, by a certain age, we no longer need an external domesticator. We have internalized the rules. This collection of rules becomes our book of law, and it is guarded by 2 internal forces, the judge and the victim. The judge is the part of our mind that constantly reminding us of all the ways someone has failed to live up to the internal book of law. It is the inner voice that tells you, you are stupid, you are not good enough, you will never make it. The victim is the part of us that believes the judge. It is the part that says, poor me, I am not good enough, I am not worthy of love. Together, the judge and the victim create a state of internal war. We have an image of perfection that we can never live up to, and every time we fail to meet that impossible standard, we punish ourselves endlessly. This, Ruiz says, is the dream of hell. Worse, our mind becomes a chaos of conflicting beliefs and inner dialogue. The Toltecs called this the Mitote. It is a fog in your mind that prevents you from seeing who you truly are. We are not free because our entire lives are being run by these parasitic agreements we never chose to make. The 4 agreements are the path to breaking them. Chapter 2. The First Agreement. Be impeccable with your word. This is the first and most important of the 4 agreements. It is also the most difficult to keep. Ruiz defines the word as the most powerful tool humans have. It is pure magic. It is the power of creation. With our word, we create our reality. We can speak a word and create a beautiful dream, or we can speak a word and destroy a life. To be impeccable literally means without sin. A sin, in this context, is anything you do that goes against yourself. To be impeccable with your word means to never use this creative power against yourself. The most common way we use the word against ourselves is through negative self-talk. Every time you look in the mirror and tell yourself, I'm fat, I'm ugly, or I'm stupid, you are using the word against yourself. You are casting a spell of black magic on your own mind, and your mind believes it. The second way we sin against the word is through gossip. Ruiz is clear. Gossip is black magic of the worst kind. When you gossip about someone, you are sending out emotional poison. And when you listen to gossip, you are opening your mind to receive that poison. This negativity becomes a computer virus in the mind, corrupting your perception of that person and yourself. To be impeccable with your word means to use your word in the direction of truth and love. It means you stop judging yourself, you stop rejecting yourself, and you stop spreading emotional poison about others. It means using the creative power of your word to build yourself and others up. Ruiz states that this one agreement, practiced alone, is powerful enough to transform your life and create your own personal heaven. Chapter 3. The Second Agreement. Don't take anything personally. The second agreement provides you with a shield against the poison of others. The agreement is, don't take anything personally. Ruiz explains that, whatever happens around you, don't take it personally. Nothing other people do is because of you. It is because of themselves. This is a profound shift in perspective. Everyone in the world is living in their own dream, from their own perspective. When someone comes up to you and insults you, you are stupid. It is not about you. It is a projection of their reality, their beliefs, their fears, and their own inner poison. They are dealing with their own judge and victim. When you take it personally, you are agreeing with them. You are eating their emotional poison, and it becomes your poison. You take it personally because a part of your mind agrees with what they said. But if you practice this agreement, you no longer need to place your trust in what others say or do. When you don't take it personally, you are immune in the middle of hell. Even if someone insults you directly, you can see that it is about them and their own dream, not about you. This immunity is the gift of this agreement. Your heart can be completely open, and no one can hurt you. You are free to say, "I love you," without fear of ridicule or rejection. You are no longer vulnerable to the opinions of others because your sense of self-worth is no longer on the line. You are free from the need for external validation. Chapter 4. The Third Agreement. Don't make assumptions. The third agreement is designed to stop a different kind of poison, the one we create ourselves. The agreement is, don't make assumptions. The core problem with assumptions is simple. We believe them to be true. We make assumptions about what others are doing or thinking. We make assumptions about what our partners know or what they should do without ever communicating our desires. We assume that everyone sees life the way we do. Ruiz explains that all the sadness and drama in our lives is rooted in making assumptions and taking things personally. We make an assumption, we misunderstand. We take that misunderstanding personally. Then we use our word to react and defend ourselves, creating a big drama for nothing. We make assumptions because we are afraid to ask for what we want. We are afraid to ask questions. The solution is simple, but it requires courage. Find the courage to ask questions. This is the key. Instead of assuming you know the answer, ask for clarification. Instead of assuming your partner knows what you want, express your needs clearly. When you stop making assumptions, your word becomes impeccable. Your communication becomes clear, and you free yourself from the unnecessary suffering and conflict created by the fog of the Mitote. Chapter 5. The Fourth Agreement. Always do your best. The fourth agreement is the one that allows the other three to become ingrained habits. It is the agreement of action. Always do your best. This agreement is powerful because it acknowledges our humanness. Ruiz explains that your best is not a fixed, perfect standard. It is a variable. Your best will change from moment to moment. Your best when you are healthy and rested is very different from your best when you are sick, tired, or emotionally upset. The agreement is to always do your best, no more and no less. If you do more than your best, you are going to deplete yourself, sacrificing your boundaries, and pushing your body beyond its limits. You are setting yourself up for failure. If you do less than your best, you are setting yourself up for frustration, regrets, and self-judgment. You are giving your inner judge a gavel to use against you, filling your mind with blame and self-recrimination. But when you always do your best, under any circumstance, you have no reason to judge yourself. When your inner judge tries to condemn you, you have a simple, powerful defense. I did my best. This agreement is about taking action for the joy of the action, not for some external reward. When you do your best, you enjoy the journey. This breaks the spell of the inner judge and stops the cycle of self-abuse. It is the practice that makes the other three agreements stick. Chapter 6. The Toltec Path to Freedom, Breaking Old Agreements. The final chapters of the book explain how to use these 4 agreements to achieve true personal freedom. This is the Toltec Path to Freedom, and its goal is to break the old agreements of domestication. Ruiz explains that this journey requires 3 masteries. First, the mastery of awareness. This is the first step, becoming aware that you are not free. It is the act of noticing the old agreements that rule your life, the voice of the judge, and the fog of the Mitote. Second, the mastery of transformation. This is the process of changing. It is the hard work of using the 4 agreements to undomesticate yourself and reprogram your mind. The key tool for this transformation is forgiveness. You must forgive everyone who ever domesticated you, and most importantly, you must forgive yourself for all the times you judged and punished yourself. Third, the mastery of intent, which Ruiz also calls the mastery of love. Intent, he says, is life itself, or God. It is the state of unconditional love. This is not a goal to be achieved, but the state of being that you discover when you have cleared away the fog. Chapter 7. The New Dream, Heaven on Earth. This final chapter is not a lesson, but an inspirational and motivational vision of what life can be when you live by the 4 agreements. Ruiz explains that the dream you are living is your creation. You have the power to create either hell or heaven. The old fear-based dream was hell. The new love-based dream is heaven on earth. This new dream is a life of bliss, happiness, confidence, and self-love. It is a life where you are free to be who you are. You can live without fear of expressing your dreams, without fear of judgment, and without fear of rejection. This is the ultimate freedom, the freedom to be authentically yourself. This is what you get if you put in the work to live the 4 agreements. Final summary. The 4 agreements offers a profound blueprint for breaking free from the self-limiting beliefs of societal domestication. By reclaiming our personal power, we can stop the cycle of self-judgment, self-abuse, and needless suffering that rules our lives. We have the self-determination to reject the thousands of old agreements based on fear and to consciously choose 4 new agreements based on truth and love. This, Don Miguel Ruiz teaches, is the practical path to personal freedom and the creation of our own heaven on earth.
Psychological time, however, is the root of suffering. It is the ego's identification with the past and its compulsive need to project into the future. We live our entire lives in this psychological time, ignoring or resisting the one true reality, which is the now. Toll states that all your problems are illusions of the mind. They are rooted in psychological time. Your problems cannot survive in the present moment. If a challenge arises, you can either deal with it in the now, or you can accept it in the now. But in the pure present moment, there are no problems, only situations to be dealt with or accepted.
Thanks for listening. If you found this summary valuable, please like, subscribe, and comment with your thoughts. To support the channel, all links are in the description.